Hello everyone, it has been a long time since I did a video of this style, and today's video I actually want to talk a little bit about this product over here, which is from Elong Outdoor product, which they also call it a Nika R3. Nika R3. I think they call this Jueru, not exactly sure 100%, because it's not very good. It's not good enough that I would be bothered to even know what the name is. In fact, I would tell you that what I'm gonna be saying for the rest of the video is not good about this product. Okay, so but before I actually go in and say more about this, I want to actually let viewers understand that the way that my video works is not quite the same as other people, because reviewers, especially reviewers, do their video in with the intention to sell the product. Okay, those are reviewers or influencers job. It is to influence you to buy the product, even if sometimes the product, you may agree with me, sucks. Okay, sometimes the product sucks and they will still advertise it as if the thing is like the most wonderful thing in the world. Okay, so that's not how I operate. Okay, some of the resellers out there, they also have their own YouTube channel, and when they review bows, again, same thing, their job is to persuade you to buy the bow. So of course, they will say things like, oh, the bow is smooth to draw, it is stable, it is fast, it has no hand shock, everything is good, the bow is durable, like as if it's the best bow in the world. But then when you get it, there's a high probability that you might be to some degree disappointed. Okay, so I want to make it clear that that is not how I operate. The way my YouTube video work is that I'm not trying to sell you anything at all. Okay, that's not the job of my YouTube video. What I use it for is as an extension of my conversation with my customer. So I do not want to say the same thing about this thing for the 100th time. So when customer asks me about this thing several times, I might have replied them several things, and then I will make a video so that the next time people ask me, I'm just gonna send them the video that I made about my opinion. So when it comes to opinion, I give my opinion as a user, not as a seller. I'm not gonna try to sell you this. Okay, that is, you decide for yourself. I'm only gonna give you an advice or my opinion as a user. If I am a user, I use it and I find whether I like it or not, and then you decide. Okay, so my videos work as an extension to my conversation. So very often customers, they ask me certain things and then I suddenly just send them a link to one of my YouTube video. That's because I do not want to repeat the same thing over and over again. So that's how my video works. All right, and also just to make sure that in case the manufacturer watch my video, they don't feel like I'm condemning their product and gaslighting their product, I want to also be very fair and give you some other examples. The example, Marina Bow, everyone knows I sell them and I heavily promote them. Okay, however, for those who have inquired me about this bow before, I have always been very truthful about what's going on. So for example, like if you have inquired me about, let's say, the Hanwin bows and the Yuan Kublai bows from past 2 years ago, I would have said to avoid those bows. Okay, and I'll just propose like the Ming Moon, the Warring States bow, and avoid the Long Xia bows, because back then I had a lot of issue with those bows. I have in one case 5 bows, 5 hand bows break consecutively. I'm like, what is going on? But of course, eventually, I have solved the issue, changed a lot of things, but we resolved those issues. And ever since last year, I've begun selling those models again. But before that, I keep telling people, just please avoid this because there's just so much issue. I do not want to deal with the problem. So I'm not biased to anybody. Okay, I'm just telling like the facts, being objective before I sell, because I do not want people to have expectation that does not match reality. People like expect, oh, wonderful, and then when they get something that doesn't match, they'll be disappointed and they're gonna give you very bad ratings. So I do not want that. I'm gonna give people like expectation that matches reality. All right. So even for example, this bow in my hand right now is a defective unit. Okay, so this is actually the full carbon bow, which if you have watched my previous video, I probably mentioned several times that I do not really recommend this old original version where it doesn't even have a bamboo core. This old, sorry, I shouldn't say full carbon. Yeah, but Marina core is a full carbon core. Okay, whatever. So this version I actually do not recommend because I have issue. This is in fact a defective unit. It is not usable at all. It may be strong, I can draw it. It is not usable at all. You draw this thing just flex and unstable. It is a nightmare. So I had to fix it. So things like that happen, right? So if I condemn anything, there is going to be a truth to it. There must be a reason why I'll be so courageously and sure about when I condemn something. Because if it never happened, I wouldn't say anything about it. If I say anything about something, that means something terrible has happened, and sometimes not just one unit, several units that has the same issue. Then I will say about something about the product, like, okay, brand X is unstable because I have this experience. Oh, this thing is easy to break because I have this experience. So I've always have something to back up what I say. Okay, so if you ask me, for example, I'm gonna say this very, very clearly because this is a very good example. If someone to ask me Paragon bows, what do I think about it? My answer is, I have no idea because I have never tested the bow. The only unit I have ever touched of a Paragon bow happens to be one of my customer who bought a prototype, and according to what the bowyer and the customer communicated, that was supposed to be a prototype unit, and when it arrived, there's some issue with the twisting, and the customer brought it to me to try to fix it. I wasn't able to fix it. So that was the only unit I ever saw. And since I couldn't fix it, I couldn't try it. So what do you want me to say about it? I have no opinion about Paragon bow because I couldn't even try it. So if someone wants any opinion about the brand, unfortunately I have nothing. I have nothing about the bow. I can't even give an opinion. So so at least you know that if I were to say something, there must be a truth. If I don't know anything about it, I wouldn't say. Just like for example in Paragon bows, I don't know about the brand. I've never tried it. Maybe if you ask for my thoughts about it, I would say, oh, it looks somewhat very similar to Grozer. It reminds me a lot about Grozer. That's the only thing I can say. So whatever you want to expect from a Paragon bow, maybe a Grozer will give you kind of a very similar feel to it. That's the only thing I can say. I have no actual experience with it. All right. So with that said, okay, took a lot of time. Sorry about that. Okay, so this product, okay, Elong, please don't be angry that I say anything bad about your product, because the thing is, this thing is terrible. This thing is just crap. Okay, first of all, I would like to give credit to the one who invented this thing, okay, because this thing, I would say, is somewhat creative. It is a thought that is different from what everyone is used to. So this is like, oh, look at that, wow, we have never thought about this thing. Like, this is a fairly creative product. But there's quite a lot of issues. First of all, very obviously, this thing will not be acceptable in any competition, any historical Asiatic competition, traditional competition. Forget about it. This thing is not even allowed because, come on, which part of this is traditional? Tell me, which part of this is traditional? So there is no way this is being accepted. So why would you buy this thing, practice with it, and then in the end you cannot use it in a competition? It's a bit weird, okay? But I'll still give it, the credit is that it is fairly creative. It's different. It's something that's just, oh, I've never thought about this. It's creative. But in actual execution, it's just, oh my God. Okay, so being accepted in competition, that's terrible. Why the hell do you want to buy this? And then after that, if you want to use it in competition, they don't allow you to use it. All right, so let's say if you are not going to use it in a competition, you just want to use it, let's say for beginners or someone who was not interested in the competition, just want to do it for fun, maybe do it for bow hunting where, competition doesn't really matter, the rules don't apply. Okay, would this still be a good product? You might be thinking, oh, this one looks very similar to the mechanical release on a compound, must be great. Okay, you are being misled. If you have watched my video before, you know that in one of my videos, I talk about Katra, its mechanism. To get a good arrow flight out of the bow, you actually need the bow, the arrow, to flex. You actually need the archer's paradox. You need to cause the oscillation so that it will clear the bow, the arrow pass. Now, this one, if you watch Armin video, he tell you, oh, the release is very clean. Oh, there's no oscillation. Nah, bullshit. Total bullshit. Because this thing is literally a pinch draw. It is a clamp. Okay, it clamps like as if, imagine you have an arrow in here, you just clamp the arrow and pull back. That's exactly what's going on here. You simply just put it through, you clamp. Okay, you just pinch draw. It's just a pinch draw. And when you release, yes, the release itself is very clean. Problem is, there is not enough oscillation to the arrow. The arrow doesn't know how to bend. It doesn't bend left or right. As a result, because there's no bending, the arrow is going to remain straight as it goes forward. What do you think is going to happen? This is not center cut. Okay, this is not center cut. Your arrow, the rear of your arrow is going to slam right into the arrow pass, and then it's going to kick to one side. Okay, so if you were to release with this thing, your arrow flight is actually shit. Okay, don't think it's clean. Do not think a clean release gives you a very nice, beautiful flight. No, a so-called clean release is a consistent, controlled oscillation. Okay, that is our so-called clean release. Because when you have a controlled oscillation, you can get it such that it will just clear the bow, and we call that clean. Okay, but not like zero oscillation. It has oscillation. If it's zero, your arrow is gonna slam right into the arrow pass. It's gonna fire like shit. All right, so forget about a clean release. It doesn't happen. It is bad flight, very, very bad flight. Another thing, the way this works, you see the arrow goes into the middle. Okay, goes in the middle, and it's a lot bigger than an arrow. So I don't have an arrow. I didn't bring anything home other than just a defective bow and this. So when you clamp it, such the arrow inside, it actually goes all over the place. It's loose. It goes all over the place. So even if, assuming that you will use it for bow hunting or whatever without rules, assuming that you are not bothered with the clean release, this thing is inconsistent. It goes up, down, left, right, whatever. It will wiggle all over the place. It's not consistent. Okay, another one. The way it works, as I said, it's a pinch draw. It is literally a pinch draw. Okay, you're gonna have a problem with grip on the string and the arrow. With a 10-15 pound bow, with this thing to clamp it down, okay, it can work. It can kind of pull, but you have to clamp really hard. If you were to use a 30-pound bow, which is like very low, right? For 30-pound bow for a guy, for actual archery, any serious archery, 30 pounds is... This thing is most likely gonna slip off, okay? You have to clamp this thing so hard. It is just not going to work, okay? So this is like just a dream, a nightmare. It is not gonna work well. The chance of slipping off very high because you have to clamp it down so hard. Another thing, the back here is a shit show, okay? You hold it, oh, so comfortable, but it's a total shit show. Why? Because, okay, I'm not gonna put it there. When you have an arrow in here and you pull, now think about this. Should you go this way or this way? You might think, oh, don't go either direction. Easier said than done. Because you have to clamp this side so hard, you will bend here, right? So your arrow, if you have it here, okay, and you clamp it here, as you pull it very hard, you clamp this very, very hard, it's gonna go to one side, your arrow is gonna fall off. So how do you fix that? Well, you can clamp here very hard while trying to push your finger in. Okay, try to push the finger in and try to push the arrow in. But then as you push it in and clamp it here, oh, it's actually fighting itself. Your wrist is like, I have no idea where it should go. It is terrible. It is a really terribly executed. You have no idea what should you do. Like, should I go left? Should I go left? And then you accidentally release because you're fighting it. Like one is trying to go here, the other side is going to go here. Like, which direction should you go? It is terrible. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm gonna try. Since my thumb, I'm pressing very hard, I have to push it here. I decided to put it on the finger side. With the finger side, now as I clamp it, I use my thumb to kind of push the arrow. It kind of slightly work, but you have to use so much strength. So instead of clamping it this way, I kind of have to like force it in like that. Okay, so that I have the tip of my thumb to kind of press the arrow into this side. It is still shit. It is terrible. For anyone who bought it, tried it, you will agree with me. Take 2 shots, you will throw this away. It is really shit product. Very sorry to say this. This is not gonna sell. This thing is really bad. Actually, kind of, I don't know what to say. It's like I watched Armin's video before I did all this video, and in his video, said, "Oh wow, it's interesting. The arrow was released, it's clean." When I tried, oh, what the hell, man? Oh god, crap. Same thing. I let my other customer give it a try. Like, just give it a try. Make sure you climb very hard. It's very easy to slip off. They try 2 shots. Oh, what the hell? Then, let me tell you this. The moment you put this away, you use a thumb ring. Oh, it just feels like paradise. This is how it's supposed to be. So, yeah, very sorry that I have to really talk bad about this product because it is really bad. Don't waste your money here. If you want to try it, for the sake of trying it, go ahead. Okay, there's no problem with going ahead and try it. It's your money, your choice. I mean, you can do with whatever with your money. What I'm saying again, this is just my opinion after I've tested this and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell? This is really horrible. So I would not want to sell something like this to any of my customer because I believe when I tried, I hated it. I also believe all my customers will try it, which I did. I let all my customers try it, and they all hated it. So if I were to sell this to any of my customers, I strongly believe, they'll damn me for this. Okay? So that's why I would rather condemn this thing than to recommend it. So is all my other product. If I have a product that sucks, I would rather be the first to condemn it so that my customer will not condemn me for it. Thank you for watching.